I think that he's playing them.
Sister, I'll be your friend.
No, thank you.
I'll be a friend.
Why should I be afraid? Why? My husband is waiting outside.
Like me. I'll wait for you to swing seat.
To tell to the police that they are stupid, you know.
I don't want to see him get chewed up by the system.
Give us a little bit of discretion.
Appreciate it.
Come.
Carver?
Can't you give it to Kima? She's working for me side.
What's his good to you?
I don't know. He's one of my students.
You're a good teacher.
Clean. Clothes on. What?
What?
Nothing in that bag but ladies' clothes. Nothing dirty on either one.
If I would be Marlo, you know, I would get out of that place being like...
Told the victim to be at a certain place, a certain time.
Then how does he know?
He says everyone knows what happened to Lex. It's in the streets.
This other thing at the school.
I swear I didn't do it, Miss Anna.
School's gonna look into that. We're gonna look into this.
Child shown such bad judgment in both instances.
Agreed. But from what I can tell, he's not a bad kid.
Yes. Maybe at the end Randy can be the one who is gonna evolve, you know, the good way. He's not gonna get involved at all into the drug business. He's gonna get out of everything. Oh, and something also about what is happening during election day in France. You can't talk about political stuff during the election day. You can show politics who are gonna vote, but none of them, none of the journalists and all of that can talk about political stuff until you know the results.
No, thank you, man. I can't vote.
You can't?
Move on, man.
Ah, yes,
She
okay.
started again. Where's the older kid? Okay, you're hired. Shove one of those into every hand you can.
He's gonna do what he wants to do, like.
Here, got something else for you. Put one of these in every door between the expressway and Winchester, and from Fremont to Fulton. This is for the day's work. Whoa.
Thank you.
But don't you fail me.
Man said if I put these flyers in the doors, I can get paid.
I'll come right home.
You ain't in these streets no more.
No, man.
Sound like you need it.
And I'm glad for you to have that kind of job now.
I think we can wrap this up. We got a lot more places to be today.
Tommy Carcati, I knew your dad. First District Democratic Club. Just wanted to say, you got my vote.
Thank you.
They had their chance. Look what shape the city's in.
I'm hoping to turn things around. Anyway, thanks for your support.
We took $1 out of every 3. Not 2 out of 3 like these bullies. I mean, leave something for the city, for Christ's sake. Am I right?
We talked about that. He gonna do better. Ain't you?
Does he want to?
You gonna get his boy his own package, or there gonna be some drama. You want me to talk to Weeback? Maybe you want to talk to him.
Oh, that's not even necessary. I got all the respect in the world for Babe.
Then show some for his family. Make me proud. Here.
Oh, you're really forced to work for Buddy, like. Your mom is forcing you to get involved into the drug business.
Your mom's what niggas call a dragon lady. Yeah, give me some insight though. So what? Why you is what you is.
Someone who needs his mama to talk for him.
You see Spider Man in it?
I mean, he ain't been around the gym in like a month, man. I leave messages, he don't call.
Why don't you ask the moms?
Shit. I was locked up a good while, right? I mean, I ain't no angel.
Denise, I trust you to help Michael. You're not doing it right there.
This is live right now in Lafayette Square. Clay Davis just said his organization is out going door to door for voices.
$20,000 for this shit?
He probably went to Royce, shook him down for another 30.
Clay Davis must know something to be done.
It's just because you didn't pay him his lunch. Omar. Omar, be careful, you know. Not just with the police, but with really so many things now.
Grab the wall.
We out here strapped. How you gonna take that on the humble? Well, you know there's rules in this here game. Rules? Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Where your shotgun at, Mr. Omar? Charged as murder, motherfucker. Murder? Who I kill? Hey, Omar.
Hey.
You tell me.
I'm going to book it. I need to make a call tonight, yo. 410 958 6612. Yo, put you, I'm locked up, yo. Now ain't no bail, they saying it's murder. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Some kind of Democrat or what?
Someone who knows him. Omar. They all have something against Omar, you know. He went after all of them. You're in jail, Omar.
Could be a great city again. Pull some jobs in here. People move back, fix up the houses.
She wanted to change your mind, to reassure you.
No, I don't need enough data every 5 minutes.
Well, I'm
She's
sure
a good
your
wife,
friend,
you know.
You don't know where
And you're cheating on her.
Yeah. Taking a walk with my wife. On our way.
You have the result?
Royce is conceding. We stole his base. We won.
You're the new mayor?
are we happy about that?
I think so.
You're not certain.
We are. Yeah.
You sure?
Omar! They paid to have the right to be with you, to fight you.
What you send us?
Oh my dear! Oh my dear!
Split for. We're on 2255.
My heart, you know, accelerated so fast right there. I really thought that it could be the end of Omar.
Molly.
Oh.
That in front of you.
He made a point of it, in fact. I gotta go. You need a ride?
Yeah.
You're the best.
Terry, you're gonna sleep with Terry.
You know, when I took this job, you promised me a win bonus.
Well, you earned it. I can't do this. Not now.
Ah!
Come on, Tommy. You haven't changed.
But now he's a mayor?
Well, Tommy, 4 years is a long time for a fellow like you
To not cheat?
to be around. You sure?
I'm proud of you! Is it weird? That your wife is always there to support you and that she deserves your loyalty. Like really, I'm prouder of him. Like really, I'm more proud of him rejecting her than of him winning this election. It's really just to tell you that I didn't care about this election. Not that much. Like for me, what was interesting, it was really all of the candidates, how they were preparing their campaigns, how they were dealing with the issues, you know, during their campaign, how Tommy was trying to make some votes switch and how some were so important for him. So yes, I didn't care at the end who truly would win and all. Like I have the impression every other characters of this show, like we didn't see any of them voting, talking about political stuff, they didn't care at all about it. Yes, I'm prouder at the end, you know, of him, like really. And for me, like, it's for several reasons that he's rejecting her. For sure, I think that he's thinking about the fact that now he's a mayor, so he can't have something like that against him, you know, like maybe at some point her revealing that she was his mistress during the night of his election and stuff like that. He needs to be careful with who he's fucking and stuff like that. But also I think that all of this campaign, he saw that his wife was present, never gave up on him, let him do everything that he needed to do, come back home really late, to be out also really soon during the day. He appreciated to be with his family, to be with his girls. He saw that right there during this night, she was there for him, to take him for a walk, because she knew that he needed that. So I think that we have several reasons right there behind his gesture, you know, him rejecting her like that. So you truly won this election. These last days, you know, of the campaign were less interesting for me because in fact it was about dirty things, you know. Royce or not Royce, you know, like for me it was not Royce, in fact it was the other candidate. But I think that we're never gonna know the truth. For me, that it was really playing dirty to make a photo montage like that with him, and the fact that everyone believed into it, like really only into these days, like now into our days it couldn't work. First, as soon as this one photo would be out like that, everyone would know that it's a photo montage, like it would be so easy to prove it, and it would be proved, you know, so quickly. So it would be even worse for the person who decided to make that kind of fake picture. Even if it wouldn't be faked, everyone on Tommy's side would say that it's fake, and it would be enough in fact, because we are so used now to have fake pictures, fake news and stuff like that, that some people, you know, they can't trust anything that they see. So really, now in nowadays, that kind of stuff, it wouldn't function at all. For both sides, I mean. Continuing, you know, to make radio interviews, to really give papers to people and all. Again, I'm wondering, during this kind of days, maybe it was functioning, but in our days, is it truly functioning? And I'm talking to the ones of you who are living in US, it's still happening. I know that in US, you have really that thing about having poster, you know, that you're putting in front of your home to tell all of the world, you know, everyone, who you're voting for. But is it, you know, that, I was gonna say that bad, that, you know, intrusive and that well known and all, like you're really putting stuff out there to say who you're voting for, you're going door from door to give papers to tell you have to vote for that person, you are making calls that much, like you are harassing people to tell them to vote for your candidate. Like I said, you know, some things are different in France with elections and stuff. Like I said, for example, all of the religious aspect. In US, you don't have that thing about really separating church and the political stuff. Like, if I remember stuff right, you are swearing, I mean, your president is swearing on the Bible, no? that he's gonna be a good president. In France, it could never happen. And what I said about the intro, the fact that these candidates, they are going at church, and it's that important also for their campaigns, you know, people are taking pictures of them for that and all, that it could never happen in France, because in France we are really like candidates like the ones who are elected, they are supposed to not represent one religion in particular, they are supposed to be fair with all religions, so to not show a preference for one in particular. They have the right for sure to have one religion, to go at church and stuff like that, but to use it for the campaign, it's not okay at all. And also we have that thing about on the election day, it's forbidden for everyone, the journalists, you know, the news, like the political people and all, to talk about politics. Like, you had your time to make your campaign, but on the day of the election, nothing, no one is talking about the campaign, the political program and stuff like that. No. You had all of the time that you needed before that to talk about it, but on the day of the election, you're letting the citizens clear their minds and vote, you know, with a clear mind, with a peaceful mind. Like, everyone has the right to vote, you know, for whoever he or she wants. It's not okay to harass people. Like, Right Edge was just in front of really the vote places that you were harassing them with your flyers. Oh, I think that if it would be happening in France, it would make me so mad, like that, you know, to be harassed on the day of the vote. Like, really, it's not that to vote, it's not that to have a fair, a peaceful democracy also. Do you understand what I mean? For sure, now that we have social medias and stuff like that, like for example Twitter and all, it's different for sure. On Twitter, even on the election day, people are talking about political stuff, but not the candidates. It's forbidden. Not also people who are already elected. It's forbidden. I don't know. Tell me, how is it, you know, into your country? If you're not coming from France or from US, tell me, how is it into your country? Denis not voting also, I totally forgot about the fact that yes, because he was in jail at some point, he can't vote. That also, it's not the case in France. You have the right to vote, and it's really rare, you know, that we're taking, yes, someone's right to vote. Like, I'm even thinking about how it's happening in jail. People in jail are voting during the elections. At least they have the right to vote, for what I know. I would check that during the editing to verify that I'm not saying something wrong. Randy, first, what happened with that girl, the fact that she said that these two guys raped her, I'm really like, I don't know. And the fact that she's saying so and she was crying and all, like, I want to trust her with that and to believe her with that. And I can't be like, no, it was not the case, she accepted to go with them and all, because, okay, we saw her going with them, like, they were not taking her by force and all, but we didn't hear anything about their conversation, how stuff were happening right there. Maybe she was forced to go with them, like, we didn't see them acting with her like they were in love or anything like that, like, just they were together, but we didn't know really what was happening. And Randy, it's the same. So for him to really say she accepted it, no, I'm not okay with that. You don't know. Like, we don't know. The fact that it was okay to snitch on everything which was happening at school, and after that, with this murder, I hope that it's not gonna be something against him. Like, I don't want for him to be put into the system, to have his name, you know, written anywhere, and I want for him to be okay. During the second part of this episode, he showed, you know, that he's trying to be okay. We saw him, you know, making his homework, we saw him working for that guy, you know, with these election flyers, and he was really making the job. Like, he could have just put everything away and take the money, but no, he really did the job. We can see that he's trying to make Miss Anna proud, that he's trying to be a good boy, and that's cool. You know, since the beginning we saw him making his little business and stuff like that, and we had him also saying that information which gets that other guy killed, so we could have thought that this one he would get involved into the drug business. It was already done, and in fact maybe he can be the one who is not gonna get involved. Nay, is forced to be involved. Like, that kid doesn't have the choice. If all of the other ones, they still have the choice and we still don't know what they're gonna choose, Nay, he never had the choice. Like, for his family to not have any money anymore coming from the Barksdale, it's not a surprise. The mother, she should have seen that coming. The mother, like, if she would have been clever, she would have thought of it and prepared it, but no, not at all. And now she's gonna force her kid to work for Buddy. She's gonna force Buddy to work with Nay. Nay, he doesn't have the choice. Michael, we didn't see anything bad about him, but we know that Marlo offered him a job, you know, to work for him, and that's bothering me. Like, okay, Nay is working for Buddy and Buddy is taking Marlo's package. So normally they're not gonna be against each other, you know, if Michael is choosing to work for Marlo at the end. But I'm wondering, you know, like, maybe things can change and at some point these two can be against each other really quick. I'm a little afraid of that. Duquan, you know what Priest did for Duquan? To prepare him clothes, that place, so he can have a shower. Thank you for that so much, Priest. The fact that he asked for Daniel's help, and the only reason that he found, you know, why I want to do that for Randy, it's because it's one of his students. For me, it shows that he's a good teacher, you know, maybe he truly found his job. Do you understand what I mean? Like, a job where he's truly at his place. It could be great for him. All of the thing, you know, about not working on the witness case on that day, you know, on the election day. Okay. McNulty, who knows that Omar didn't commit anything. I hope that you're gonna get involved, McNulty, for him, for Omar. Omar, I was so afraid during that moment. Really, that guy threatening him, I was like, that's it, like, everyone is against Omar. Right there, that guy paid to be into the same room than Omar. Omar is prepared also to fight that guy, like, it was almost known that at some point Omar would fight someone inside of this jail. Omar was prepared for that. I was so worried. But no. At least you have these two guys who can work with you, protect you. You have that weapon now. But still, you're accused of murder when you didn't do anything. Marlo, what he prepared, you know, against the cops to trick them. That was fun, but at the same time, I think that the writers didn't play enough with it. Like, that was a funny thing to do, you know, for Marlo to trick them like that. But I think that the writers should have insisted more on it. Make at least 2 more scenes about it with really Marlo looking at her being like, you know, something like that, truly, to have a conclusion for that moment, to play with it, really, it could have been great. When Sidney is gonna learn that he spent all of these days inside of this truck for nothing, for being played like that, poor Sidney. Okay, it was a cool episode. We finally had the results, you know, for the campaigns, for all of this political aspect, which means that for the rest of the season, for that narrative arc, we're gonna see how Tommy is gonna deal with his new role, and also all of the little things about what you have to do when you're elected. We know that he's gonna need to still play with people that maybe he doesn't want to play with. That's gonna be interesting because for sure it's something that I know nothing about, you know, how it's happening in US for all of that political aspect. I don't know anything about it, so that's gonna be cool. Cool! To be totally honest, I don't know if I'm gonna watch one more episode of The Wire today or not. I really don't know because it's still a little late, so I don't know if I have the time to film before really having no sun at all. I will see that. Okay, so no matter what, it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hey.